Every country in the world moves forward with progress. Without progress, countries are as good as being ruled or being colonized by other more prominent countries. Progress being slow is acceptable, but it shouldn't be stagnant. Many countries in the world have progress on the top of their priority list. Progress in their economy, technology, and their literacy rate, to name a few fields. 30 years from now, these countries will be known as the rightful superpowers, and they shall be ruling the globe when the time comes. Today, we bring you 5 superpowers that will rule the world in the year 2050. These 5 countries are currently developing and developed countries, but 30 years from now is a long time, and who knows, some other countries might show up in the mix too as a surprise. These countries' goals are very likely making them the foreigners to rule the globe 3 decades from now. Enough talk behind the curtains, let us begin by telling you the name of these countries now. Number 5. Nigeria. Having one of the largest economies in the continent of Africa, Nigeria is quite rightly called the giant of Africa. This isn't because of its large area economy or its population now. This country's progression is massive. Nigeria is projected to show some insane growth in several sectors by the year 2050. While the Nigerian government has struggled with terrorism and corruption in recent years, the country has adopted an entrepreneurial attitude that keeps pushing the country forward with success in several sectors. More than 30% of Nigerian residents are now entrepreneurs or owners and managers of new businesses. That is one of the highest rates in this respective statistic. Generally, Nigerians are hard workers, and they can work on several things at one time, which is why they manage several jobs at once. The smallest of options have been converted into opportunities by Nigerians upon their convenience. For example, they have introduced a motorbike riding app similar to Uber, even though bike riding hasn't been a reliable source of transport in recent times. Yet, the people are determined to bring new ideas, and these new ideas are what will take the country forward. Several countries have taken advantage of Nigeria's resources and raw materials, but leaders of private firms in the country have said that this shall be happening no more. Foreign investment will be welcomed, but only when the terms of Nigerians are accepted first. Nigeria's natural resources, such as tin, gasoline, limestone, and coal account for 10% of the country's GDP, and that number is only looking to rise as 2021 comes to a close. Immigrants are permanently settling in the cities of Lagos and Abuja, having good schools, vibrant nightlife, and exceptional food. The big cities will be a treat for non-Nigerian residents as they have an essential part in making Nigeria a superpower in 2050. Number 4. Mexico. By the year 2050, Mexico has been predicted to have the 7th largest economy in the world, where currently it is in 11th place right now. This will be propelled by their manufacturing and trade industries that have taken steps in the positive directions. Exports have driven much of its growth in recent years, and current economic conditions have become an obstacle to its success. Still, again, this is only temporary as Mexico looks towards a better position in all of its departments in the next 30 years. In the last 10 years, the economy of the country has grown, but not without its downsides. The price of gasoline has doubled this time, resulting in price hikes of services as simple as in Uber. Amongst these challenging times, some things have been positive. The government has unveiled a $44 billion infrastructure investment plan to be spent over the next 4 years. In terms of the environment and living, hospitality in Mexico is top tier. English is a medium of communication, but the ease you get if you've learned Spanish is immense. It is a must if you look to accommodate permanently in Mexico. The people are eager to help new residents too. They go out of their way to assist immigrants in learning Spanish and settling within their community. If you like this video, please smash that subscribe button and hit that bell for alerts for new videos. Now back to the video. Number 3. Brazil. The rainforests aren't going to be the only thing Brazil will boast in the coming decades as this country looks to step ahead in the fields of natural resources and service sector. The South American giant is expected to be the world's 5th largest economy by 2050, where it could overtake nations like Japan, Germany, and Russia. That too with good reason. In recent times, cities like Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo have become more unaffordable due to corruption and inflation plaguing the markets. Earlier at the start of the century, the country's economy was well balanced and Brazil had all the reasons to be proud of it. The World Cup victories in 1998 and 2002 with the turn of the century weren't only the sparkling highlights the world was getting to watch from this country in South America. Being a developing country, Brazil has also taken well to the advancement of technology. As a result of the high cost of protecting cash against inflation, Brazil became a technology pioneer. This was also the need of the hour, which is about 15 or so years ago. These technological advances will be a defining factor that will help Brazil reach the summit in the most powerful countries in the world. Their agriculture, mining, and manufacturing industries are rapidly growing, and this is just scratching the surface. Number 2. India. The second most populated country globally, India is expected to see monstrous growth in the coming 30 years. India averages 5% growth in its GDP every year, making it one of the fastest-growing economies globally. By 2050, if things go well, India will overtake the United States in terms of the economy and will account for 15% of the world's entire GDP. This growth has already begun to make lives easier for residents of the country. At the turn of the century, growth in the country's economy has led to a complete overhaul in people's lives. From their daily life to their jobs and social lives, the overall structure of their entire lives has changed completely. A lot of it accounts for technology and media. The quality of televisions, phones, content on the internet, all of it has evolved for good. India's IT sector is currently one of the fastest growing globally, and it isn't expected to stop anytime soon. Although life could be improved for people living in slums, there has been progress in this department, too, as India's poverty rate fell from 9.7% to roughly 6%, which is quite brilliant. 2050 is a long way to go, but India's progress is rightly keeping it on this list. Number 1. China. The country with the largest economy globally is showing no signs of stopping, and with this title rightly earned by China, we can expect it to be the most powerful country for the next 30 years or so if things go well. China has a staggering GDP of $16.642 trillion, but economists have called it just the tip of the iceberg for what is to come in the future. You name it: shopping malls, parks, traffic, all of it is growing in the country. These are the same developed sites that were swamps and marshy areas not more than 15 years ago. This is one of the reasons why the growth has been so encouraging. It has taken lesser time than expected. These developments have won over entrepreneurs from all over the world who are coming and investing in China massively. The city of Shanghai is one of the most common places where this development is taking place. The residents of China are helpful as always and help the newcomers settle into their culture. One effort the immigrants must carry out is learning Mandarin, because once this language barrier has been overcome, China will seem like heaven. China's financial and investment opportunities are outstanding in quality and quantity, hence why this country will be at the top for the coming 3 decades. The countries mentioned above are going to have some incredible years in their history in the coming decades. Since these countries haven't always been superpowers, nor have they had their share of colonizing other countries, they will look to maximize this opportunity of growth to become the finest nations globally. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified of new videos, and I'll see you at the next video.